Good morning. Welcome to Company Law and Secretarial Practice class. In today's session, I am going to discuss about borrowing powers. Okay, let us see the meaning of borrowing powers. Borrowing powers refers to the authority granted to a company or other entity to raise funds through loans, debentures, and other forms of debt. It means the borrowing powers allows a company to legally raise funds through loans, debentures, and other debt instruments for operational needs. Then, security for borrowings. When a company borrows money, the lender may require security to protect its investment. There are several types of security that can be provided for borrowings, including pledge, hypothecation, fixed mortgage, and floating charge. So let us discuss one by one. The first one is pledge. A pledge is a bailment of goods as security for a debt or performance of a promise. It involves the actual delivery of possession of goods by the borrower to the lender as a security for the repayment of debt. Let us see the powers of pledge. First one is right of retention. The pledge has the right to retain possession of the pledged goods until the debt is repaid in full, including any interest and expenses incurred in preserving the goods. Second one is right of sale. If the pledger defaults on the debt, the pledger has the right to sell the pledged goods after giving reasonable notice to the pledger. Next, third one is right to sue. The pledger can sue the pledger for the debt while retaining the pledged goods as collateral. Next, fourth one is right to extraordinary expenses. The pledgee can recover from the pledger any extraordinary expenses incurred in preserving the pledged goods. Next one, hypothecation. Hypothecation is a charge created on movable property without transferring either ownership or possession of the lender. The borrower retains the both ownership and possession of the property. Let us see the powers of the hypothecating. The first one, the right to take possession. The hypothecatee has the right to take possession of the hypothecated property. This right is usually exercised through the legal means or with the consent of the hypothecator. Second one, right to sell. After making possession, the hypothecatee has the right to sell the hypothecated property to recover the outstanding debt. Third one, right to sue. The hypothecatee can also sue the hypothecator for the debt while retaining the right to seize and sell the hypothecated property. Fourth one, right to appoint a receiver. In some cases, the hypothecation agreement may allow the hypothecatee to appoint a receiver to manage and sell the hypothecated property. Next one, fixed mortgage. Fixed mortgage or charge is a security interest created over specific identifiable assets of the borrower such as land, building or specific equipment. Here the lender has a direct claim on the specified asset. Then let us see the powers of the mortgagee. The first one is right to foreclosure. If the borrower defaults, the mortgagee has the right to foreclose on the mortgage, meaning they can obtain a court order to sell a property and use the proceeds to repay the debt. Second one, right to sale. The mortgagee has the power of sale, which allows them to sell mortgaged property without court intervention, provided certain conditions are met. Third one, right to possession. The mortgagee have the right to take possession of the mortgaged property, especially if the mortgage agreement allows for it or if the borrower defaults. Fourth one, right to appoint a receiver. The mortgagee may have the right to appoint a receiver to manage the property and collect income from it, using the income to pay off the debt. Then fifth one is right to sue. The mortgagee can sue the mortgagor for the debt. Next, floating charge. A floating charge is a security interest created over a class of assets that are constantly changing, such as inventory or accounts receivable. Then let us see the powers of charge. The first one is right to appoint a receiver. The chargee typically has the right to appoint a receiver to take control of the asset covered by the floating charge. Here, the receiver manages the assets and uses the proceeds to repay the debt. Second one is right to take possession. The chargee, through the receiver, can take possession of the assets covered by the floating charge. Third one, right to sell. The chargee, through the receiver, has the right to sell the asset to recover the outstanding debt. Fourth one is priority. The floating charge generally takes priority over unsecured creditors and subsequent security interest, subject to certain statutory exceptions like preferential creditors. Okay, these are the books I have referred.